Time for the tiger. Hey everyone, today I'd like to talk a little bit about a rare condition I have called CRMO. Chronic recurrent multifocal osteomyelitis. Chronic means long-lasting, long-term, constantly recurring. Recurrent means happens often or repeatedly. Multifocal means happens in more than one area of the body. Osteomyelitis means bone infection. This is a very rare and serious condition. It is not contagious, so I can't pass it on. It involves inflammation of one or more bones. Inflammation is a normal process. It is the way our immune system protects our bodies from infections and germs. It causes pain, redness, and swelling. People that have this condition have earned the name CRMO warriors. It usually affects children, but it is so rare it only affects 1 in 1 million girls and 1 in 6 million boys. We all have good and bad cells in our bones. These help to break down old bone tissue and regenerate new bone to help us grow. However, in my case and other CRMO warriors, the bad cells can take over. Even though there is no infection, our immune system wrongly attacks our normal bone thinking there is an infection. This causes inflammation. I had lots of tests before it was confirmed that I had CRMO because the doctors needed to rule out other conditions and had to be sure. I've had several blood tests, x-rays, a bone marrow sample from my back, MRI scans, and a bone biopsy from my collarbone. When inflammation occurs, it can cause the bone to soften a little, and on my last MRI scan, it showed that I had a collapsed vertebrae in my back. Because of this, I must take extra care with anything physical. I am unable to do some PE at school, and never fun things like trampolining, gymnastics, and even jumping. I still go swimming, which is cool. Also, when an inflammation occurs, I may not be able to join in with activities, but it doesn't mean I won't join you next time if I feel better. So please keep inviting me to join in. During inflammation, it may be hard to push myself because of the pain, so it is always nice to hear encouraging things, and having distractions helps a lot when the pain is bad. Just because you can't always see my pain doesn't mean that I don't have pain. I'm not pretending or after attention. CRMO is treated by rheumatologists, and I attend Bristol Children's Hospital for my treatment. I'm on a year-long course of pomegranate. I have these every 3 months and have 3 infusions over 3 days. This will be my 3rd course of treatment, so 1 more to go at the end of July. This will hopefully strengthen my bones and allow me to get back to doing those fun things again. This is a short video diary of my visit to Bristol Hospital and the things that happened during my time here. This is Bristol Children's Hospital. When I arrive at the hospital, the first thing they do is check my height, weight, temperature and blood pressure. Then I'll have some numbing cream applied to both of my arms and hands. This is covered with a clear plaster and left for half an hour. This is to make my skin numb, so I don't feel too much pain when the cannula is fitted. A doctor will insert a very small plastic tube, which is called a cannula, into my arm or the back of my hand. I prefer the hand. Once the cannula is fitted, the treatment of the pomegranate can begin. Pomegranate is in liquid form and is given by a drip, which is also called infusion, over 2.5 hours daily for 3 days. As I said before, the process of breaking down and rebuilding bone occurs in all of us. Pomegranate should reduce the rate of bone loss and increase my bone strength. On my first infusion, I had to stay in the hospital because, like all medicines, pomegranate can have side effects. I became very ill. I felt very cold and shivering, but at the same time had a very high temperature. Also had headaches, felt very sleepy and was sick in the night. It was very scary. The second round of infusions was much better. I only felt a little bit sick one evening and had a slight temperature. This is my 3rd infusion and have no side effects whatsoever. It definitely gets better the more you have it. At this hospital, you can ask for a play specialist to be with you. They come and do activities and general playthings. I've done lots of drawings, paintings and building with Lego. The first one I had was a lady called Lucy and was very nice. This time it was with a man called Carl. He was also very nice and funny. We made up our own superhero team and I gave him the name PP, which stands for Professor Playful. The nurses thought it was funny and this is his new nickname now. As you can see, you're allowed to take in your own entertainment. I took an iPad to play and watch YouTube with, and then I played on the hospital's Xbox to pass some time. As my appointments started in the afternoon, I was often the last to leave and ended up having the whole ward to myself. I would like to say a big thank you to the nurses at Puzzlewood Ward, which is where I had my treatment. They are the best nurses ever!